Just fucking do it. Subscribe now.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
From the 100 million to billion, what is the difference there? What weighs more?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. From a work ethic standpoint, what stops?
No, nothing. Work ethic is all the same. Yeah. I mean, you've read the articles over the last 4 or 5 years when Elon, on his 47th or 48th birthday, he's crying. He worked, and he was sleeping on the floor of the factory, etc., with no friends, and he's crying. And he's worth only at that time 20 or 30 billion. Nobody felt sorry for him. I certainly didn't, but anyway. But I've slept on the factory floor. I've slept in my office. But Elon, has been married 3 or 4 times. I'm not demeaning him for this. He's got 6 or 7 kids, all sons. He's looking for a daughter. Elon, I would say to you, believe me, you don't need a daughter. You can rent mine. We used to say when we were under kidnap threat and shit like that, and I don't mean to look at it lightly. They take Kelly, they give her back to us in 24 hours because she's such a little bitch. And when she was little, but I mean, and most of you don't even think about, you get rich and now your kids are targets. I moved here because our kids were targets. I moved here because we were fighting with the mafia. And even though they say they don't fuck with your family, if the weakest point in your life is your family, they fuck with it. And I had no other weak points because I didn't give a shit if they killed my employees, my secretary, even my mother or father. But I was close to my little 3 munchkins, which was a weakness that they saw in me, which was a weakness. If they had kidnapped one, I wouldn't have paid any money, though. You might as well roast her over the barbecue because you're not getting a fucking nickel out of me. Other question? Normally, my wife has yanked me up to bed. What time is it, kids? 11:30. Okay. Who leaves first? 11. Who leaves first? What? Who leaves first? So nobody's leaving tonight. Well, normally, as I mentioned during the seminar, we've got somebody that leaves at 10:30, 11:30, 1 or 2 in the morning. I hope they're better time scheduling when they get out in the real world. And to the best of my knowledge, they're not canceling flights as they were at the last seminar. BAA canceled 190 flights or 300 flights. Any other questions before I pack it in, kids? Oh, you're going to pick up the mic and you feel obligated to say something. Go ahead.
Comment. You really can't make money. You can't work for 50 years and do a pension and buy a 50 gold watch at the end of that reign anymore. No, that deal's dead 20, 30, 40 years ago. That model that maybe your grandparents lived under the... that deal's dead. That deal's dead. I'm not saying it should be dead, but it's dead. But you're not here to build up a pension. You're here to build up... I've never had a backup plan or a pension plan. The closest that Sally and I have had is we donate every year money to our grandkids for their future. Whether they decide to put it in a college education is up to them. Okay.
But they don't have access to the money when they're 18, which would normally be out of high school. They don't have access to the money until they're 21. So unless my kid can, put them through school the first till they're 21, or they decide to work their way through school, like Sally and I did, they don't get any money till they're 21. And they don't get any gigantic amount of money. They get the money that, I think we're donating 20 grand each a year. Well, over 18 years, it's some significant amount of money. And plus whatever it grows to. But Sally and I both worked our way through school, and I got the GI Bill when I got out of the military. But me going to school was a waste of fucking time. I mean, higher education. I don't know shit. In fact, I learned less than shit. For some people, our children needed education. I mean, Sally's very well educated, got a bunch of degrees. I'm not. I have one degree, and I'm 3 units short of my master's on purpose. I never finished my master's because I don't want to have 2 degrees. I want to have less degrees than our children, which I do. I've turned down honorary degrees because I want to have less degrees than our kids. And our kids both have dual degrees from prestigious universities. And in our judgment, Sally and my judgment, they require that because there's big shoes to fill. Not just with me, but for Sally. Sally was very successful in her career in London. And so, I mean, kids look at that. And she wasn't outrageous like I was. She was more middle of the road. I don't know if middle of the road is the right terminology to use. Anything else, kids? The Egyptian carpet thief is going to say something else. Pick up the mic.
Yeah, right. Well, as I told you, I just wanted to say, out of respect and appreciation to Mr. Peña, but I don't think, there's anybody actually cared and actually did, that much effort with you during a whole fucking course or a whole fucking seminar. Like Mr. Peña, actually, if you ever, from the first time you raise your hand in the pavilion, he's really listened to you and he does everything humanly possible to help you. So I just want to take the time and say thank you for your effort, and thank you for your, taking the time and actually give us, not the secret sauce, but actually give us the steps as compared to other gurus there. So just, out of appreciation, imagine if this guy, gives you everything he did over the past 50 years. Imagine what he's going to do in the politics. He's going to change that motherfucking shit.
I'm going to rip their fucking ass up.
Yeah, same way he's saying it. Of course he's going to rip this motherfucking thing. So, just out of appreciation, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate that. But by the same token, that's why most politicians are afraid. And they should be. Because I'm going to die trying and nothing's off the table. I know stuff about politicians that books should be written about. It's never been exposed because they're afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. Certainly not some weak cunt, wuss English politician. I mean, I know shit that they'll make movies about. And I'm going to lay it all on the line. As I told the BBC gal yesterday. She asked me, what's off the table? Nothing. Now, whether the public's ready for that or not, we'll see. We'll see. But so far, 98% positive. How can that be? A carpetbagger American. Trump proved several things, but one thing. There's an underbelly, an undercurrent to politics in America that few people have ever touched. with all the vulgarity and all the shit he supposedly did, touching people and girls, which is all true in my opinion, he still got elected the first time. So the real question for Donald is, and he stands to make a whole bunch of money on these other things, or whether he wants to be president again. And on that happy note, I'm going to say goodnight. And travel safely. And I don't wish you all the luck in the world. I wish you all the luck you deserve through perseverance. Thank you. Kids, take care of yourselves.